Hello, everybody, and welcome to Throne and Liberty. My name is Deadlef, and I'm here to give you my Sword and Shield Great Sword build. As of today is patch day. This is right before the patch is dropping. I know Great Sword, Sword and Shield are also being nerfed. Great Sword is being nerfed, Sword and Shield's getting a slight buff. But I wanted to drop this build just because I've been having a ton of fun with it, and I want other people to have a ton of fun with it too. A lot of people are using this build, and I think it's very powerful, and I want everyone to be able to see how to do it. So here's the gist of it. We're going to run the Karnix Netherblade, as well as Duke Magna's Fury Warblade. These are both very high damaging weapons, and they both give you very high stats. This one giving you 10 strength, as well as max health, and this one giving you 10 dexterity as well as cooldown speed. So these are very strong weapons for you, and you'll be running these for most of the game, if not the entire time, because we're looking for world boss weapons as our upgrade from these. That being said, if we come over here, once you're done with story, you're going to be running basically full blue resistance armors. I upgraded some of the pieces, but not all of them, as you can tell. The one thing that you will have that's different from mine if you are running the full blue resistance armor is we'll have a different cape. I'll have Night Slayer's Mantle, and you'll have Deadeye's cape. That being said, Night Slayer's Mantle has better melee evasion, but it also has critical hit chance, and it also allows you to get max health instead of, I believe max mana is on Deadeye's cloak. But once you have all of that blues from doing your story, and you're starting to think about gearing up, this is what you're kind of shooting for. Shock Commander, I'm going for a 4-piece Shock Commander set. Now these 2 pieces are really hard to get, as they are world boss drops, but we're hoping that to be changed with the tier 2 dungeons being dropped. That will be able to farm these 2 and be able to have the full 4-piece set. We also want a different mask, which is dropped from a dentist. We want the Shadow Harvester mask, which is dropped from a dentist. Again, another big item, hard to get. On endgame gear, we're running melee endurance. On the early game gear, on all your blues and what early purples that you get, I would run melee evasion, just because early game that's going to help you a ton. But then as you get into the late game, melee endurance, I feel like it's just a bit better. It just feels better to me. I like to be able to actually tank things when I'm tanking. That being said, the other blue piece that is a bit different from the regular resistance gear that you're going to have is these elusive Hexweaver pants. These are dropped by acid ants in the ant dungeon. It's right over here, as you can see. Acid ant, they drop the pants. You just go in there, kill a bunch of these guys, and you should be able to get them. Super easy. I wouldn't say super easy, but there's a bit of RNG, but it is pretty easy to go and do. They're super easy to kill, super squishy mobs. I have these Ebon Roar boots. These Ebon Roar boots are dropped from Temple, whatever. They're dropped from Rex. Just grab these, they give you more movement speed. It's a good little upgrade. Then you'll be looking to get some new accessories. Accessories are the most expensive pieces to get, and you will be running greens for a long time, so don't be afraid to just have greens here until you have level 9 accessories with at least every trait unlocked or upgraded to at least 1 or 2 times. As you can see, I kind of have some not so finished pieces, but these are stronger than the greens that I would have had, so I swapped them out. As you can see, Collar of Decimation, Skillful Charging Bracelet. This is a PvP vendor item. Got the Amber Dimensional Band, the Alabaster Band, and the Flame Rot Bindings. So those are our items. We're running, basically if you look at the market, any of the most expensive stats are what we're kind of running. If you're looking at any of these pieces, there's a reason why they're the most expensive stats. They are the best in the game, so people sell them for a lot higher. Usually you're just running max health, skill damage resistance, and debuff duration. Unless you can get skill damage boost, which you'll do that, and you'll get buff duration instead. It's the opposite. The next thing I want to talk about is our skills. So the biggest tip I can give you with skills, leveling skills priority-wise, is max out Guillotine Blade as soon as possible. At level 5, it is an insane amount of damage, 750% plus a 111, and then damage to prone is 975% plus 144. So this is really, really important for you. It's kind of the core to our build, kind of our big damage, and what we will be using and hoping to set up with Duke Magna's Berserk from his buff on his weapon. So make sure we're maxing this out. After that, you kind of just want to make sure we get every single one of these skills that I'm running to purple. As you can see on the bar here, this skill might look a little bit different than yours. Piercing Strike, that's due to skill specialization. But I do want to run over the skills real quick. Our Q is going to be our shield survival technique. So that means we are going to be holding our sword out. As you can see, I have a ton more XP on my sword than my greatsword, and that's because I'm always holding my sword out. It's just better. You're going to have a lot more stats due to this mana regen and everything you get from this Q. And our first ability that we're going to be spamming a ton, these two abilities here, I have on 1 and 2 for a reason, because you can spam them pretty much all the time. They get a really, really short cooldown thanks to our passive. These two abilities here, Piercing Strike, Cruel Smite, you want to take both of these. Stunning Blow into Guillotine Blade, Strategic Rush, Chain Hook, Precision Dash, Devastating Smash, Da Vinci's Courage, Counter Barrier, Ascending Slash, and Death Blow. Then on our passive side, we're going to take our Robust Constitution, our Vital Force, our Cold Warrior, our Indomitable Armor, a Resilient Mind. This one can be swapped out for Aegis Shield, but Resilient Mind for mana. Due to me having a ton of mana issues, I always run this. I almost never run the other trait, but you can if you want to, if you don't find mana as an issue. And then you got Gerard's Patience, Impenetrable, and Morale Boost. Morale Boost, giving you a lot of cooldown reduction. That's what lets you spam these two guys here a lot, or mostly this shield, Piercing Strike. If we come over to our specialization, we're running 83 in the greatsword, 15 on the sword. Make sure you just kind of copy what I got here. Got 1 here, 3 here, 1, 3, 3. We're fulling out the Guillotine Blade because this is our biggest damage dealer. The reason we're taking the AoE damage is to help with mob clears. I only run one build. This is the one build I run for PvE, PvP. It's actually amazing. I'm sure there might be a better PvE build, but this one feels great to me. I one-shot most mobs, and even a pack of like 20 mobs, I can just one-shot all of them with one skill. It's kind of awesome. And then if we come over to sword and shield, we have Piercing Strike. That's why my shield strike looks a bit different than yours. Counter Barrier cooldown, Chain Hook extended, and that's it for that. If we go to our Great Sword Weapon Mastery, we want to run the middle till we get complete stun for that extra stun duration, as well as stun chance. And then we're running Wild Destruction for bonus damage, Fierce Attack for attack speed, and we're going to take it all the way to the end for the heavy attack chance, plus 100. Super important. I probably should have ran this way first and then grabbed these. However, I did want the stun duration. It's super important. It's really good too. And then if we come to sword and shield, I went up and down. At the top, we're stopping at the middle here, getting that shield block chance 8%, and then coming back, we're getting that weaken chance 75%. Then we're getting our calculated rush to get our collision chance up, our collision resistance up, and then we're also going to have our cooldown speed by 5%. This only being the reason we're taking this bottom path is this middle path is more towards boss ended damage, and that's a lot of PvE, I don't really care. And then stun resistance 125. No one's really trying to stun me, and if they are, I'm usually prepared with the shield and some type of block that's up, so I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. Combo wise, you're looking to use your Piercing Dash to kind of set up a lot of things. This weakens a lot of people. See, dash in, you want to use these two abilities before you use your stun, because typically if you dash in, use your stun right away, people are already blocking. So you just want to dash in, use these two abilities, bait out their block, then use your stun. Then you can full charge a Guillotine Blade. Once you full charge a Guillotine Blade, you can also have your Ascending Slash and then your Death Blow hit, because they're already stunned from this. Now they're knocked on the ground and getting charged and slammed with this guy, and by the time that's done, these two abilities are back up. And then you can hit another stun with Devastating Smash as well. And then start to play some defensive just in case. If you hit strategic rush on someone and it hits a wall, they will get stunned, so that's another stun for your kit. So the tooltip for Duke Magnus Fury Warblade is wrong. It says melee heavy attack 95 plus for 6 seconds upon applying a stun or shock with stunning blow. Understandably, this is stunning blow, so you would think that this is the only one that would give you that buff. However, if you use any stun, this stun here, or strategic rush hitting someone into a wall, that also counts for Duke Magnus Fury Blade, so you can also get that going there. All right, sweet. So if you have any questions or anything, leave them down in the comment section below. Really important that you focus leveling that guillotine blade to max first, and then start worrying about passives after, because passives are always constantly running, as these are always having a cooldown, so you get more value out of having your passives higher level faster. So tend to do that first, and then focus on these here. I kind of messed up. I focused on these first, and then I was like, all right, let me swap to these. So now I'm working on this here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.